Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, we're gonna be doing multiple markets. So we're gonna have Euro, we'll see, but we're gonna have Nasdaq, USD, German. All right. So now on our Euro USD on a monthly time frame, right? It's important for us to see or to understand where this frame. With this only, I could say, this market. We can expect this market to maybe trade. Let me see. Okay, we can expect this market to trade even lower, né? But for now, let's focus here. For now, what do we want to see? Trade all down to that last candle. We can come and trade to that candle. But for current market price, because these are daily, I don't know how long it take for these markets to get to this area. It might be 2 years, right? But for sure, I think we're gonna come there. But now let's focus on current market price. So this is what you are having, right? So we have that low there, we have that low, and obviously it's gonna be easier for you to see what's gonna happen if you place something like this. So if you have something like this, it's gonna be easier for you to see. Well, if the markets are coming, right, you're gonna have we're gonna have people obviously buying here, support and resistance, right? They'll think this market is gonna buy here and go higher. Or again, we have this, you see this trend, we had that. Let me take this thing higher because we have this, and then we have that low, and then now we have this, right? So the textbooks, we know we always wanna be buying on that tab according to the textbook. So we wanna be buying here, right? But in reality, the markets are not actually buying on that trend line. There must be some things here, right? There must be some things. So now what are we gonna be expecting? We're gonna expect this market to trade below that low if we're gonna be using that idea, right? So I've seen a lot of setups like this, especially on 1 minute time frame, and most of them they did complete. So if it can complete on a lower time frame, it can still do the same thing here, right? So now for now, our main thing on our monthly is that low. Then once we run that low, then we can see if maybe we can come below that low, right? But you never know whether we're gonna come there, but we see where this market is likely to go. If it wants to go lower, since it's a bearish market, yeah, it might be reaching for those sell stops there, right? But for sure, we might be coming here to this low. And then people who are buying, we're gonna have people who are buying, thinking it's a bullish market. We're gonna have people who are gonna be buying there. I'm gonna show you the idea which they are using. And I'm gonna show you why I don't like that idea. It's a very good idea, but I don't like that idea. I'll show you why. Okay, so now let's remove these things. Let's remove this. Okay, now we have this screen. Okay, so the idea, it's like this. On lower time frame, you'll see on lower time frames what's happening. It's this, they think, oh, their idea is like this, and then they want to be buying this market right to new highs like that. So they want to be buying this market where they want to be buying this markets from here, right, at this zones, which is that zone they want to be buying that market from there. But now, since we said we are bearish in this market, it means we don't even want to be looking for buys there. But now we understand we can still get buys, right? For example, you see that candle there, you see it's showing us we had buys there, right? So we can still get those buys, but I doubt they're gonna take us to new highs, right? New highs, how? I doubt we're gonna hit that high. So even here, even if it wants to buy on that zone, I doubt we see it will buy up to that high day. You see, but that's still possible, but I don't want to see that. Why? Because it's a bearish market. So bearish market, bearish order flow, right? So if there's a bearish market and bearish order flow, it means even when I see buying opportunities, I can still trade against, right? Because to me, I can buy there and then we short, right? For sure, we want to be targeting that low, right? So now we said we have that trend, we have that low, right? So even if you want to be using that idea of buying this markets there, but remember now we said we have that guy there. So once we have that, it means maybe let's say something like this. I think it's going to be something like this, right? So even if you want to be buying them, obviously they're going to liquidate you. So I would expect these markets to trade lower, right? I would expect them at least to take out that low before maybe they try to take to make new highs like that. You understand? So the idea there, I know, I see this idea, right? You can still get buy opportunities there, but only if you have confirmation. So there are specific things that you need to look for. See, once price, even if you don't know whether it's going to buy, once price it gets maybe to those zones, there are specific things that you need to look for. Which are going to be telling you whether you need to buy to new highs or you're just going to be buying, right? Because sometimes what I do, I look for confirmation on a lower time frame, maybe strictly 1 hour most of the times. But for this one, I would use maybe daily. If I was trading monthly time frame, strictly I use one hour. Then there are specific things that I look for at this area. Then if I don't get those things, I know it's gonna go lower, right? For example, current market price, even there, that thing, it was not there. So there was no reason for me to look for buys there. So I'm gonna be bearish, targeting that low, right? So here you need a confirmation, right? A confirmation. So now, now we're saying you're not gonna be buying there, even though you can buy. You'll see if maybe I'm gonna get that confirmation on this candle on a lower time frame, it's still okay. And then I can be willing to take those buys, but I doubt it's gonna be to new highs. It might be buys maybe up to these levels there, right? And then continue to the downside because you understand liquidity, it's below those areas there. You understand? Now we can move from our monthly. So from our monthly, we see it's a bearish market, right? You're going to be going to our weekly. So now on our monthly, we can still be trading your monthly time frame. We rather have just showed you because obviously it's a bearish market, right? So it means if it's a bearish market, you want to be seeing bearish months only, right? So even if you get a bullish month, but in your mind that candle is supposed to be bearish because everything is supposed to be bearish, but we know it's impossible to get bearish. We need those blue candles. See those candles there. Those candles, we need them. So once we see those candles, we're going to expand to the downside. Even here, we know it is going to expand to the downside. You just need a confirmation, right? So already from here, if you knew it was a bearish market, you're going to maybe place a sell and then hold if you want to be swinging this market up to below that low, right? Or if maybe it wants to go higher, the way I look for my confirmations, I will see what's going to be happening there, right? Because sometimes if I get a confirmation, I know it might be going higher to maybe to deeper levels like here, right? Or it might even take that high, but now liquidity is here, understand? So for now, I want to see this market going lower on our monthly time frame. So we can go to weekly or daily, but I think weekly and daily is still one and the same thing, right? So this week, it's a bearish week, right? So same thing, even here, bearish weeks, even though you want to have those bullish days, bullish weeks, right? But in your mind, doesn't mean you're not going to be getting buys. You can get buy opportunities, a lot of buy opportunities there. Then you hold your shorts, then you add more shorts, right? So now what's happening now? The idea is still the same thing. The low, our focus is still on that low, so I can remove that, right? Our focus is still there. So now what happened? I'll get into details, I'll get too deep. So what happened here? Let's focus on current market price, right? So we understand on our weekly, that candle, right? When you highlight that candle like this, you extend, the idea is what? The idea is gonna be your idea is gonna be when it comes back to that zone and then it goes lower. That's the idea. So you wanna be entering, let's say, on that zone there. Right, you wanna be entering maybe on the zone, you go short there. So that's the idea, right? There. So from here, it's this part, then you wanna see the market coming here, but you know below there you're gonna have what? The buy stops, the sell stops there, and you know you're gonna have stop losses resting below those levels there. You understand? So once it goes lower here, you're gonna be looking for bearish price on the lower time frames. You're gonna be looking for your shorts there. And then as you can see, bearish weeks, it's been bearish weeks. Né? So this week, even this week, né, the bias is still the same. It's still bearish, right? Because you're still bearish. You want to trade below that low, even that trend line, you remember the trend line. But for now, our focus is supposed to be on the things that we see, right? From here, today it's enough. So bearish week, so it doesn't mean it can, like we can get even this candle, né? This week's candle, it can open lower and then maybe come back, right? It might still come back and then it goes lower. The target is going to be that guy there. You understand? That's where you're going to see this market trading too. Then Nasdaq, USD, Nasdaq, those ones are not that difficult, straightforward. Okay, straightforward markets. Let's take NAS on our weekly. Okay, actually, let's go to daily. This one we can start from our daily. So this is our daily time frame on Nasdaq. So to make things simple, let me just add. Where's the D? I think it's here. Let me just add. I can add German and then what else? US30. Okay, let me just add US30 so that we can have those charts here, right? And then, okay, so this is what you're having, Nasdaq. So let's start with Nasdaq. So Nasdaq, it's not really that difficult. What you need to know, I think I did post, I think it was Insta. Was it on Insta? I forgot, but I said I think it was 500 something, that level there. Wanted to see the market going lower, right? And then hit that. We know, we see it's been what already in my thing, in my group. I think I've sent this thing while it was still there, right? The idea was to trade to that level. It was at level 13, I think it was 13,500. Yeah? So now what's happening? What's happening is still the same thing. Yeah? So it's still the same thing. You're gonna have that, you have that, and then already we have what the idea now we see. Yeah? We need to come up with ideas. We see this thing and we can't excuse that. So now what's happening there? We have what you want to have, the buyers, right? You're gonna have people buying this market, right? I would still buy, but only if I get a confidence. There's a specific thing that I look for to get involved, right? But so far, that thing, I haven't seen that thing so far. So there's no need for me to be buying, and there's no need for me to predict it's gonna be a buying market. So for now, same setup as I think it's Euro, right? It's Euro. So same setup as Euro. I can still predict that we're gonna trade below that low, right? Because I know we have people who are ready to go long on these markets, and they are not wrong. That can still happen, but I will only do that only if I get a confirmation strictly on 1 hour on these markets. So if there's no confirmation here, there's no need to go lower, right? So there's a specific way, there are specific things that I look for to get involved in these markets, right? So now I know we're gonna have people that already they want to be buying these markets, right? They want to be buying. They are not wrong. Understand? They are not wrong. But now the order flow, it's still bearish, right? There's no need for us to be buying these markets. There's no need because we see if in bearish. So it's like bearish days only. You understand? So the bullish days, those are retracements. That's where we add our trades there. You understand? And I did post this. I think it was still there. Then I wanted to see it coming lower, right? Then hit those, I think 1, 2, 3 bullish days. there was a nice buy there. I remember there was a nice buy, right? We ran those highs, and then we are ready to target that low, right? We are ready to target that low. But now what's happening? That zone there, we have people who wanted to be buying this market, right? And I can still be a buy in this market, but only if I get the confirmation. So listen carefully. Only if I get a confirmation, I will buy, because for now, no one knows what's going to happen. Like for now, no one knows what's going to happen. But with my knowledge, I would like to see this market trading lower. See, I'd like to see this market trading lower because everything is still bearish, right? I don't want to assume we'll see it's bullish because the order flow is still bearish for now. You understand? So I don't want to assume we'll see bullish there. So I'm still bearish on this market. So what can happen? I think this is what can happen. If maybe wants to buy, it can come back and then it can go lower, right? Target that low, not even lower deep, just that low. I just want that low, and then from there I'll be happy. See, so if you want to buy, you can expect, you see, and it makes sense for these markets to form a pullback because we've been bearish, right? We've been bearish. We do need those bullish days or a bullish day, right? So we might get the bullish days, maybe to deeper levels here, and then you continue going lower. Understand? But only if there's a confirmation. But yeah, I'm bearish. Even now, I'm bearish, right? Even now, I'm bearish on this market. Now, let's check something. Even here. Okay, so now what do we have? Okay, let's take German. German, almost the very same thing. It's bearish, right? My focus, it's below that low, right? I want to see if it can come to that low. Bearish order flow, right? From that bearish thing there. So from that bearish zone, so we might actually for today, I wanted to see this market coming here to this low, right? For today's trading, and then boom. So if I think it's German, I'll check if I had a setup on lower time frames. I think I had a setup. I'm not sure. And then what else? Okay, that low. So once you have those bearish days, we might get a retracement, right? We might get a retracement, yeah, but now we can continue to the downside. That's what I see for now. The main focus, I can say that low because yeah, I can say that low. I'm not sure whether you're gonna trade below that low. So for now, we can focus on that low. Or we focus on that candle. You see that candle? We can focus on that candle, right? So on that candle, it doesn't mean you want to be buying on the candle, right? The candle doesn't mean you want to be buying. What do you want to be doing? You want to be looking for what? If you have a confirmation to buy, right? If there's a confirmation, you want to be buying. So if you are selling Nasdaq, you expect this market to sell, right? And again, we know again what can we do if we take that zone like this and put it there, right? And then we know we're gonna have people buying. The stop losses are gonna be below that zone, so we can still use that zone as a target, right? We can target that low. That's what I'm saying. We might even come there on German, right? Then USDT, almost the same thing, similar thing. I did send this one on, I think it was on Telegram, right? Telegram. And then this one we said I forgot the level, but somewhere there we wanna see it going lower there. You understand? So you wanna see it going lower there. So for today it was just a bearish market. So what you do, bearish candles, we might get bullish, but we wanna see it coming lower, retracing and coming here, right? And when it gets to that area, again, you never know whether we are buying or because some people are gonna be like, maybe it's gonna be buying and going higher, right? But you cannot. The algorithm is not like that. These markets are manipulated, right? It does like it's not gonna be that obvious, right? So it means if they are manipulated, it means they can liquidate Even if you see something like this, someone they're like, oh, you're going higher, they can still come below that low, right? But here, I want to see it coming deeper to those levels. Then once it gets to that level, I'll see what's going to happen. But if it wants to maybe to retrace, the retracement, it can come maybe to those levels there, it can come and retrace maybe there. Come here, go lower, it might even come deeper. The confirmation, it's important. The confirmation is important, right? Because I trade based on my confirmation. I don't just analyze. So the idea we see, they want to buy, we can target that low, we can even target that low. But 1 hour, I'll see on 1 hour what's going to be happening there. If we get a bullish confirmation on all of these markets, USDT, Nasdaq, Sherman, and then I'll be buying these markets to the upside, right? Now let's go back to Nasdaq here on 1 hour. One hour here, I have set up. Okay, the setup. Okay, here, well, what's happening? Let me remove this. I hope that thing is still there, because now the setup, what is happening here? It was on, okay, let me go straight to M15. I think it was M15, M5. Yeah, it was on M5. Yes, it was on M5. So now what was happening? I think it disappeared. There was a setup. I got involved there, right? That last candle, my target was here. I don't know why it disappeared, but now what is happening? What I normally do, right? Because I know I'm bearish, right? For example, let me go back to that daily time frame so that you see what's happening, right? So that you see what's happening. So let's say I know I'm bearish now. For today, I say I might be done, but I'll come back around New York. So now we have that low there. See that low, we highlight that low like this, right? So now we can use that as a what liquidity pool. We can still use that as a what, because we are saying we're going to be bearish. So if you're bearish, it means we're going to trade below it. So we can use that as a target. So you can say you want to see the market trading below that low, right? So anywhere from here, you want to take the low. You just go to 1 hour maybe. Okay, so that we see. Then what's this? Let me remove this. That was the low. You remember that low, right? Let me just put it there. That was the low. So the market, it opened somewhere there. I think there was a gap somewhere. And 15 and 15 and 15. Yes, see, there was this. That's the low. Okay, that gap, Niana, right? And then now what happened? Né? Today's trading, I think it began. Yeah, it began here. Today's trading somewhere there, I think. Right. So now what I was supposed to do, what I actually wanted to see, I wanted to see these markets coming here, right? But from there, I didn't get the chance to get involved in those markets, right? So what I normally do, I see, I have that candle like that, right? So I understand I was supposed to be in there, but I saw this market while it was somewhere, right? So lower time frame. Remember, the idea was to trade there, but already you've traded there. But I'll stick to that bias because on the higher time frame, I'm still bearish. You understand? And then I'll go to my M5, like this M5, same thing, right? You're gonna get that candle, and then once it doesn't really need to break structure, right? Doesn't need to do that. Once it's there on that candle, because I trade based on confirmation, right? Already on that candle. I can enter, but normally I don't try to catch the tops. My entries are somewhere on the zones like that. If maybe it comes back to the zone, then my target, I would target maybe that low, depending what time is it, right? So if I want to be scalping, I would target that low. But now that's set up, I collapse that setup, I think somewhere there. Understand? I collapse this somewhere there. Then you have something like this. If you want to go crazy, because it's still early, I think it was still early. That's why my target was just there. But I know it can even go lower. But I'll come back around the New York also. So normally I take 2 trades a day on Nasdaq. Right? I know I can have this setup. Then I come back around 3:30. I look for another setup. Right? So this one completes there, but you know below you're gonna have those things. That's why you don't even know what my target was there, but I collapsed the trade on that candle there. Understand? So that's what because already it's a bullish order flow, right? So it's same thing like here, right? Let me show you something. So let me show you something, right? So you just need to understand, nothing more. Let's come here, right? This thing is the same thing. This setup looks the same, like similar to what the setup that we're doing on higher time frames. Now, even it's Euro USD. We did Euro USD, almost the same things, something like this. You remember we had that zone there, right? I said you can still buy. We had that zone there. We had people buying. It went deeper. Boom. Right. Once they buy, stop losses, they're gonna be below, right? Because they thought now the market is going higher. It's breaking to the upside, right? Liquidated. Boom. Ran the stops, and then you are out. So if you're set up from there using the specific time frame, that's why my target is somewhere there, but I collapsed it there. It was supposed to be below there, and then I'm out, right? Because of what I understand with I'm only trading this area only. So I'm only trading this portion, right? So there's no need for me to target even lower to be crazy. See, so that portion, and then I'm out. See, that's how you become consistent. Then I'm out. I'll come back around New York. I might even record that one, and then we'll see. Yeah, I'll see if I'll record that. But the idea is still the same thing, right? There's no difference between this. There's no difference between this and Euro USD, or even this on a higher time frame, right? On a higher time frame, it's still somewhere there. I think it's here, yeah. On a higher time frame, it's here, approaching the zone. See, you can still get those buys, but I always say I doubt if it comes to those new highs. I doubt, right? I always doubt it's gonna come there, especially from here, right? But now it can come to that new high. I don't care because I'm out already. Like I've mentioned, I was only trading this thing there, you see. So it's important for you to know where to take your profits, right? But if I wanted to trade on a higher time frame, it's okay. I was gonna wait for a proper entry for a higher time frame thing. You understand? So it's just a lower time frame thing here. Flow from there to there, you stop and then you're out. This is Nasdaq. You don't really need to be on your charts that much. And yeah, I think that's how you're supposed to get. So it's same thing. This area there, it's same thing. You see, I told you with I've seen setups like this for quite a long time. You see, Euro, it's same thing like this. Now we had that. You want to see it going low, right? Even if you go to higher time frame, let me show you. See, these things are the same. There's no difference between the two. So same thing even here, the same. So if on lower time frame it was able to complete, it can still complete here. You understand? So if it wants to go higher, remember I said if it wants to go higher, it needs to show me which is going higher. There's no need for me to think which it must be buying on that zone. No, that's not how the algorithm works. See, you need to wait for the algorithm to show you what's going to be happening. That's why I'm saying I'm going to be waiting for a proper confirmation if it wants to go high. But I'm still bearish on these markets. Understand? So once I get a confirmation, I'll screenshot and I'll leave a link below here. I'll show you how I got involved in those markets. Understand? But overall, we are still bearish on these markets. And then which pair again? Yeah, but I think these ones are enough because these are, so even Euro, what's this? It's GBP, Euro. Okay, let me do like this. Let me look for Okay, let me look for euro. Where's that euro? Okay. And then when it's on our daily, right? It's on our daily. And then we take what again? We take let's take AUD, AUD USD, AUD USD, AUD USD, right? And then we're gonna be taking what else? Okay, let me remove this one. German. Then we can add NZD, USD, and do we really need to add the GBP? So let's start. Okay, we are done with Euro. Euro USD. Remember, we are bearish, right? And then say Euro USD. These are what? These are your XX USD pairs, right? USD pairs, right? So we want to be working with those pairs. Okay, let's go to Euro. This one is easier. This one is straightforward, right? It's gonna be straightforward. It's a selling market. This is gonna be the first thing, the first area to take your profits, right? It's gonna be coming all the way to those lows there. It's gonna be coming there, and then it was simple because it even can break so that the last zone is already from here, or even from there you are bearish. So even today only needed the bearish price action, needed to look forward for shorts. You understand? Need to look for shorts. So it's a bearish market. These are, you can say this can be our equal lows, right? It can be our equal lows, right? But for now, I'm interested only from this part, from here to here, right? So from there to there, I see this market's coming and clearing those lows. Understand? So there's no need for you to be buying. So same thing again, when they buy here, the stops are below. So same thing, it's gonna go lower. NZD, same thing. This one, I even wanna see it going. This one is coming even here for sure. And I think in my group, we're even expecting it to trade even lower below these levels. It's gonna go even lower there, right? So what to expect, it's simple. Once you understand in bearish, right? Then there was an opportunity if you use bigger time frames like this daily. There's an opportunity, you go short, your target's here. So in your mind, let's say you went short, your target it's here. So if your target is here, it means you're still bearish. So you want to be bearish on those markets. Use what's this German? This one, it's straightforward. It's been bearish. It's been bearish like this. There's no need for you to buy. There's no need for you to buy. Now we want to see it coming here. We want to see it coming here. And then we know it might, we can't excuse the fact that it can retrace. It can do that and then it continue going lower. Or from where it is, it can just even break to the downside. You understand? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one. And don't forget to share the video. See you in the next trading.